What you should do is like this. This will show you the light over there. When you show 41 minutes, but it will show you the light over there. Yes, कब से बैठा हूँ now some of the these things like errors that can come is here you see that session stops sometimes. Okay, it means that no, don't do anything. Just check whether there is internet or not first. If there is internet, it means that it will automatically try to reconnect. Okay, till then all the video goes into the buffer of Adobe Flash. It means as soon as this goes will get started again, all the buffered video will be live. You'll see it. Even if net is not there, but it still don't do anything because when net comes, this process automatically. जब खत्म हो जाता है तो सबसे पहले यहाँ पे स्टॉप शेयरिंग करना है, ठीक है, और यहाँ पे भी स्टॉप करना है, ठीक है। सेशन तो उसको नेट का तो चल ही रहा है, नहीं कल ऐसा प्रॉब्लम होता है बीच में ना कभी डाउन हो जाता है कुछ 5 मिनट बट अभी हम नेट वैसा कुछ हो रहा है अरे सर आज के लिए कल्पना तो जा
మమ్ముగా చిన్నవాడు మా మనసు చిన్నవాడు మా శ్రీనివాస్
हाँ आया। ऊपर टेबल के ऊपर है। अरे इसमें आएगा ही नहीं यार, फ्रेम में ही है। अगर ऐसे बैठे तो आ जाएगा, थोड़ा भी साइड में हुए तो
आगे शिफ्ट करना थोड़ा मुश्किल है, थोड़ा सेटअप चेंज करना पड़ेगा।
देख आ रहा है क्या? हो जाएगा ना। तो ऊपर आएगा वो
व्यू इतना ही आएगा,
यहाँ तक ही आएगा ना। अगर उसकी हाथ दे तो देखो से छोटा करके। देख प्रवीण अब सब ठीक है प्रवीण। आया क्या उसमें? अभी नहीं आया। शौक वो जो गड्ढा है ना, थोड़ा सा उसको इधर कर देगा।
राइट साइड.
हाँ. यहाँ रखे हो, यहाँ कैसे रखे हो?
तो आ तो उतना ही रहा है.
और नहीं बेटा, तो आयरन कैसा आएगा? नहीं लगेगा.
Regardless of what is it, it is perfect.
It won't work with that. The wire is going to be
Spend on that.
I don't think so. The plug point is working.
You can't come. ये किसने बना दिया? सुनील ने बना दिया?
तो मैं बैठा हुआ था लास्ट सेशन में बनाया.
तुम बाहर थे? ऐसे काम करना चाहिए.
कला दर्शन.
हाँ?
कला दर्शन.
Darshan. नहीं so this is opposite relation
Performance by yeah, this song. Where are you?
Welcome to the post-lunch session today. We are extremely fortunate to have a great performer and a scholar of music, Sri Ritik Sanyal. Ritik Sanyal is an outstanding Drupad singer, professor, academician, composer and writer. During his last 35 years, he has immensely and extensively contributed to the propagation and revival of Drupad in almost every part of India and in around 50 countries of all the continents across the globe. From grassroots levels to Epic's professional platforms, his untiring work and achievement in music speaks of his quality and personality. This musical journey started at a very young age with his mother, Ranu Sanyal, writer and vocalist, followed by rigorous training of Drupad in Mumbai with Ustad Zia Mohiuddin Dagar and Ustad Zia Fariduddin Dagar. Academic studies of philosophy nurtured his mind and soul for conceptualizing and experiencing beauty from his illustrious father, Professor B.S. Sanyal of IIT Mumbai. The Proyag of Drupad got confirmation in the theory of Sangeet Shastra with his PhD research under Professor Premlata Sharma. He assimilated the Dagar tradition of Drupad and evolved a distinctive style of his own advanced technique of alap, voice culture, pedagogy, both traditional and institutional. Apart from the judicious blend of the two ustads, he cultivated the finesses of the raga and Dagarbani and evolved an original style in performance that highlights several musical layers of variation, evoking the profundity of Drupad. He also has created and infused new dimension to Drupad performances such as Sanskrit verses, modern poetry, inclusion of cello, flute, Vichitra Veena with voice, Drupad choir and fusion. A top-rate artist in All India Radio, Darshan, he has appeared several times of national programs of music, Radio Sangeet Sammelan and also broadcasted his with BBC London, Australian Radio, Radio France and many international channels. He also has several cassettes and CDs to his credit both in India and abroad. He is a recipient of the Sangeet Natak Academy Award for Hindustani Vocal Music 2013. Currently, he is a professor of vocal music, Department of Vocal Music of Banaras Hindu University, serving for the last 32 years as a successful teacher, academician and researcher, having guided around 20 scholars and publishing several papers and articles. He has authored two well-known books, Philosophy of Music from Mumbai and Drupad, Traditional Performance in Indian Music from UK. Please welcome Sri Ritik Sanyal.
इन दोनों माइक में से दोनों
It's too low. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Navjotji for giving me this opportunity to share some of my views that I have been working on, still as a learner. I always say that when I teach, I learn. When I sing and perform, I learn. So with this, the spirit of learning is every moment for me, both an existential and an essential journey. And this journey, whatever I imbibed from my gurus, from my parents, from the society, from the people, I'm indebted to all. And this afternoon, because the theme is very, very wonderful, Darshan. So I would like to share what I have learned as Darshan. Because Sangeet is art music, and when we have to understand and feel, when we delve into the musical reality, the corpus of epistemic knowledge, and also the value system underlying music, all needs to be explored, understood, and I'm just going to share what I got from my gurus. So I'll be starting with some of the very, very important instances that I'm going to take. These instances would be the core theoretic model that we all try to understand in the findings of art in general, and how music can give also an answer to the theories of art. I have understood a lot of the theory of art through music, through my journey into Alap, through my journey into the improvisations, through my journey into exploring the bandishes. And it is this whole journey, whether it is from the concrete to the abstract or from the abstract to the concrete. For the sake of analysis, I say it is a pivotal system. But this pivoting around is what we have to understand, and I think this body, I would be very happy to share something that I would like to with all of you. First of all, you see, the theme of this afternoon is music and musicology. Now, let me come to the Sanskrit terms. The very word Sangita is such a value-loaded term. I hope you understand what is value-loaded. In philosophy, we talk of terms that are value-free, that are value-neutral, and that are value-loaded. Just for your information, I was a student of philosophy. I have a master's in philosophy, and I still learn a lot from this discipline every time. It helps me in understanding music, in understanding performance, in understanding all the primordial concepts that we have to understand. I'm going to share some of them. Some of the musical components that are so essential to understand, and the constituent of music, the rasa. So, I said Sangita. Now Sangita is not just a product of Geet, Vadya and Nritya that we all understand. It is so, but it is more than that. I start with this premise. The first premise is Sangita. It is defined in a most simplified manner as Geetam Vadyam Nityam. But it is not a product of just Geet Vadya Nitya. There is a deep-rooted value system in the very term itself, Samyak Geetam Sangeetam. Also. Now this, what is Samyak? We have to be correct, we have to be accurate, we have to be perfect. So this sense of the perfectness is important as a value system. हम जब खाना पकाते हैं तो मसाला सही proportion में होना चाहिए. So the sense of proportion, the restraint, that is Samyak Geetam Sangeetam. And that also leads us to classicism. You see, today we say classical music, it is a term borrowed from the West. We don't have to say classical music, and so that has become Shastriya Sangeeta. Abiding the Shastra, okay, Shastriya Sangeeta. But Sangeeta itself defines everything. This is what I learned from my gurus. I mean, you don't have to borrow or terms from here and there to understand. The very word Sangeeta explains the purpose of Sangeeta. So Samyak Geetam Sangeetam is talking about this value system, about classicism, about restraint, about the sense of proportion. Can you hear? Now I'm just going to sing few phrases and notice what happens. It will be very, very ostensive and you're going to get the answer. What happens in the realm of sound? Just the sound, just the swara, and the autonomy of the swara speaks in itself. So I'm starting from the very core of sound, and then I'll delve into it. My Guru used to say this is Digambar Swara, an unpolluted sound. You see, you have beautiful terminologies in oral tradition. Now, Digambar Swara is so important because it carries the essence of the raga. It's not just an unpolluted sound, not a bare sound, but there is something. It is that something. The journey starts from the nucleus. That's the nucleus. Not yet spelled out Yaman, but it gives you the semblance of Yaman. Yaman is going to happen. Now this is very important in pronouncing the notes. I have not yet spoken about the raga, I have not yet spoken about phrases, I have not yet spoken about anything. Just the sound speaks in itself. Could you feel there was something more than the sound? I think so. Now notice it's not just my swaras. Between the two swaras, the silence is also very, very important. We are forgetting silence. This world is forgetting silence. We want to run. We are after speed. We are after glamour. But not the music we are all searching for. I said the music. It's not Drupal, it's not Khayal. It is not something XYZ, the संगीत. संगीत क्या है? यहीं से शुरू होता है दिगंबर स्वर से. I'm trying to share what I got from the oral tradition, and I have Bahauddin in front of me, so I'm really happy because he really understands what I'm trying to say. But I want that all of you, I can share with all of you. So this is what the starting point, and here I would like to say that I come to three more premises. First, in any art, I'll go through the language of music, but I'll always share what happens in art. So when we are talking about art, we have to search the matter, the medium, the determinant, we say in philosophy. What determines the art? So I used to share this with Bahenji, Premlata, Sharmaji, and finally I found out three important primordial concepts: Shabda, Kala and Vak. Right from the Vedic knowledge to what followed. I'm not coming to the Agama tradition, still the Gandharva, basically. Shabda, Kal and Vak, and the three together is Nad. Nad is not just sound, because Nad is a dynamic concept. So I call Shabda, Kal and Vak put together as a matrix, the sound matrix, Nad. I'm using very modern terminologies because this is Institute of Technology. So the sound matrix is Nad, which constitutes Shabda, Kal and Vak. So this is the determinant of music or any art. When we are talking about art, the medium of art, in the language of Aristotle, the material cause of art will be Shabda, Kal and Vak for music. So it is sound, time and speech. All the three are important. I have used very simple terms. Sound, time and speech constitutes the sound matrix Nada. Now what happens to the Nada in music? When I start to sing, it becomes Swara, Tala and Pad. Shabda becomes Swara, Kala becomes Tala and Vak becomes Pad. So this is the component of music. I would call it the objective component. Nad would be the objective determinant. I am not coming into the subjective, because when we are talking about a value system, both subject-object relation is very, very important. We have to understand subject-object relation. That makes value. Not if we are talking about only object or only about the subject. So I spoke about the objective determinant, Shabda, Kal and Vak. The composite of that is Nad. This becomes Swara, Tal and Pada. The composite or is Raga. See, in today's terminology, Raga constitutes Swara, Tal and Pada. Bharat Muni also says Gandharvam Trividam Vidya Swara, Tala Padatmakam. So Swara, Tal, Pada is the basic structure or component or form of Sangeeta or Gandharva or Gana, whatever we call it. There are so many synonyms of Sangeeta. We can say Gandharva, we can say Gan, we can say Sangeeta, all having different contexts. If you go into the Sangeet Shastra, I'm talking of Sangeet Shastra, not musicology. Here I have my reservations, because musicology is an academic discipline that started from Germany via Europe to America, and then we imported it to India as an academic discipline. But we don't need to call musicology. Our Sangeet Shastra is age-old system. So I have my reservations. It's okay, we can call it musicology. That is what I imbibe from my gurus also. We used to have long talk with Dayanji. So musicology has a different purpose. Sangeet Shastra has a different purpose. Philosophy of music would have a different purpose. Philosophy of art would have a different purpose. Finally, all merges and melts into one. That is what I am trying to do now in this talk. So Swara, Tala, Pada is a raga. That's the objective component of music. Now, let me tell you, Swara, Tala and Pada actually are the pillars of music. When we are talking about music, we cannot think of not using these. All the three are present in every way. You see, when as soon as I utter a sound, there is the kala, the tal. When I say there is kal, it need not be tal, but there would be a chanda. Either I would sing it very slow or I would sing it very fast. So the chanda or the element of kal is always present, either in the form of tal or in the form of laya or in the form of chanda or in the form of as a meter also, as chanda. But chanda in music is not the same as chanda in poetics. Now notice what I do. Does it sound similar or different? I've only changed the rhythm. Now this is pure music, I have no words, only syllables. Now when I have syllables, this is pada. Pada doesn't mean only sarthak pada. Padas can be both sarthak and nirarthaka, meaningless and meaningful. This is very, very clear in the Sanskrit text. When we say pada, apada is also pada, agita is also pada, nirgit is also pada, shushkakshar is also pada, bahirgit is also pada. So the purpose is that as soon as the sound takes the help of certain syllables, padastu swara sanghatare, Dattilo says. Swar sanghat ke liye pad hai. Pad is only an ingredient for pushing the swara, for holding the swara. When we drink the tea, we need a cup. The tea cannot float in space. So cup is the pada, and the actual essence, the rasa, the juice is, the swara is in the cup. The nectar is in the cup. So padastu swara sanghat. So when we say pada in music, any syllabic sound would be pada. And all this happens in kala. ये छंद का गाना है. देखिए आप, छंद का गाना अलग है, ताल का गाना अलग है. ये हम लोग भूल जाते हैं. ध्रुपद परंपरा में छंद का गाना पूरे आलाप जोड़ झाला की जो पद्धति है, जो सिस्टम है, वो छंद का गाना है. और उस छंद के गाने से मेरे उस्ताद जी कहते थे कि वहीं से हम ताल के जो नियम को हम समझ सकते हैं. नारायण हरि ओम नारायण अब यहाँ देखिए लघु गुरु को हमें समझना आवश्यक है. The long and short syllables are very, very important. This has to be taken care of. And here also in the Gandharva and Gana tradition, in Gana we have to be more strict. We cannot just pull it or in the way we like. But in the Gandharva system, we have the freedom. So Guru can be longer, but not, Laghu cannot be longer than Guru, it has to be shorter. But I can extend it the way I want. जैसे उदाहरण मैं बता रहा हूँ. होली खेलत ब्रजराज तरनति तरनना तरनति तरनना होली खेलत ब्रजराज. कोई फर्क है चाहे वो सार्थक हो निरर्थक हो. निरर्थक से ही हमें सार्थक का रास्ता मिला. कितने सहज रास्ता है, लेकिन कभी हम लोग भूल जाते हैं. वहीं से हमें सीख मिलती है. हमारे गुरुजी कहते हैं कि अक्षरों को कैसे तोड़ना है. वो अक्षर विन्यास जिसको कहा है भरत मुनि ने, वहीं से गीतियों की शुरुआत हुई. All the system of Gitis started with अक्षर विन्यास. in the Natya Shastra. And that became Swara Vinyas Iti in Sangeet Ratnakara. शुद्धा भिन्ना बेसरा गौड़ी साधारणी भाषा विभाषा जो भी है, यहाँ स्वर विन्यास मुख्य आधार है. Is the basic principle of understanding the stylistic criteria of music. But Bharata takes the akshara, because akshara actually indirectly gives you the style. Re ra na re te la ध्रुपद परंपरा में हमें उसका उत्तर मिल जाता है. मैंने बहुत कुछ जो है I learned much from the oral tradition, and when I came to Banaras, when I met Bahanji, this was the first thing I told her, that what I learned in the oral tradition I got confirmation in the Sangeet Shastra. So it was a kind of revisiting the text via the oral tradition. Then when I started studying with Bahanji the Sanskrit texts, it was just the other way. It was rediscovering links of the textual tradition with the oral tradition. It's a beautiful journey. I think now I have started to feel this, that it is all one finally. How you see it, the perspective is different. From the oral tradition to the textual, and from the textual to the oral. Finally it matters the same. But it is very interesting. For me it was very interesting because I had 15 years of talim with my ustads and then came to Banaras, and I had a huge canvas of delving into the Sangeet Shastra. And then I could visualize which elements I had answer in the oral tradition. जब मैंने गमक पढ़ना शुरू किया बहन जी के साथ, एक एक गमकों को मैंने बहन जी से कहा, देखिए मेरे उस्ताद जी ने ये बताया. स्थाय को जब हम पढ़े, there are 96 varieties of ornamenting the raga. It is called sthaya. Sthaya is directly related to the raga, and gamak is related to the swara. This also we have to understand the difference between sthaya and gamaka. They are both system of ornamentation in the Sangeeta Shastra, a corpus of knowledge that we find. अब ये सब गमक है, आहत गमक है. ये जो मैं स्ट्राइक कर रहा हूँ, ना रे रे ना रे, this is Ahat Gamak. I didn't know before this is an Ahat Gamak. When I started to study Sangeet Shastra, I found out. So everything is there in our musical system, but sometimes we don't take the pains to just revisit or rediscover. I use both the terms are from the two different perspectives. Revisiting or rediscover. Whatever way you want to, but you arrive at the same point from wherever you come. So this is how I could trace musicology in the music, and vice versa, how I could trace music in musicology. I think it was a beautiful journey. So this Swara Tala Pada and Raga is the main component of Indian music, the objective component. Now the answer doesn't end there. We have to go a step further. What's the purpose of all this? What does this suggest? Please mind the word suggestion. Vyanjana. यहीं से रस की शुरुआत होती है. रसास्वादन यहीं से शुरू होता है। वो आस्वादन की जो प्रक्रिया जो भरत मुनि ने बताया, रस तो हमने परिभाषित कर दिया, डिफाइंड भाव और रस हमने पका के रख दिया सामने रसगुल्ला, लेकिन उसको जब तक नहीं चखेंगे, हमें कैसे आस्वादन के बिना हम कैसे उसको वो अच्छा है या नहीं जान सकते। So the process of suggestion starts at the next point. It is dhvani, chanda and artha. Swara becomes dhvani. Now dhvani is a very value-loaded term. It's not just sound. Dhvani in Kavya Shastra, in Kavya Rasa, is a rasa, is suggestion. And in music it is anurana. So it's a beautiful term we have, anurana. And I think when I shared my knowledge with Thakur Jaidev Singh, he was a great adherent of Swara. I think he was the only person who adhered to the autonomy of Swara. ताकि आलाप में सब कुछ है। सन्याल जी आप आलाप करते हैं, सब कुछ हमें उत्तर मिल जाएगा, चाहे स्वर की दृष्टि से हो, चाहे राग की दृष्टि से हो। And it was a beautiful dialogue that I had for hours with Thakur Sahib. So you see, even in Sangeet Shastra, these great masters, these great scholars gave me so much, gave us so much in understanding of musicology. Brahaspati ji was a great adherent of the history of Sangeet Shastra, the concepts of Sangeet Shastra, the literature of Sangeet Shastra, the poetry. I think I got a lot from Brahaspati ji's works, that aspect of musicology. Thakur Sahib was completely, because he started his career as a philosopher, so he had a different vision, a philosophical vision, what this seminar is aiming for, the Kala Darshan. I think he started with his premise, basic premise was the Kala Darshan, and then he delved into music and musicology gradually, and it was another kind of journey that I shared with Thakur Sahib. And lastly, Premlata ji was something very unique. Unique in the sense, what I would like to share with all of you is bringing Shastra and Prayog together. I think this is something that was the need of the time. Because we cannot alienate Prayog from Shastra and we cannot alienate Shastra from Prayog, and this happened in the 20th century. Happened very ruthlessly. I'm spelling out very ruthlessly, but this happened, and fortunately some scholars have been very flexible because they never thought that it was too like Benji. We have Tripathi ji here. I always enjoy talking to him, a strong adherent of Shastra and Prayoga. I'm really proud to have him here, and Banaras is proud of him, and the whole world of art is proud of him. So this is what I learned also when I came to Banaras, that it is an integrated whole. We see music and musicology differently, but finally it is an unified whole. Once we start to understand the music in totality, once we start to understand musicology in totality, and musicology is not just an academic discipline. I would like to say it also has its tradition. The textual tradition has been carrying on for several hundreds of years, and it has its own parampara. So when we talk of parampara, Shastra also has a parampara, like the parampara of Benji or Thakur Sahib or Brahaspati ji. I would say Bhatkarni ji initiated the whole thing, but his purpose was not to study musicology. His purpose was to simplify the musical systems and bring it to the institutions. So his main vision was institutionalization. So the knowledge that we get from the words of Bhargava ji was a simplified version of Indian musicology. But then gradually, when people got to understand the Sanskrit text, studied the Sanskrit text, the canvas was broadened, and still there is a long way to go for all of us for a better understanding of the concepts and principles. So coming to suggestion again, Dhvani, Chanda and Artha. So Swara, Tala and Pada suggests Dhvani, Chanda and Artha. The three together I would call Rasa. So Rasa is the beauty matrix, Dhvani is suggestion, Chanda is rhythm, because we don't enjoy Tala, we enjoy the Chanda in the Tala. If there is a child listening to Chautal or Tintal, he's not going to understand what is Tintal, Chautal, but he is definitely moved by the rhythm. So that is the rasa, the rhythm, the chanda. And pada ka jo hai wo artha hai. Now when I say artha, artha is again a very broad valued term. Because artha can be, as I said, sarthak and nirartha. Both are. For a musician, just doing an alap is sarthak. हम 4 घंटे यमन आलाप करते हैं, लोग झूम जाते हैं, क्या वो सार्थक नहीं है? एक संगीतकार के लिए वो सार्थक है। हो सकता है एक साहित्यकार के लिए वो सार्थक ना हो, लेकिन अगर उनको अंदर वो रसास्वादन की शक्ति है तो उसको सार्थक कहेंगे। देखिए कितने वेरिएशंस बन रहे हैं। मैं घंटों यहाँ रह सकता हूँ और हर बार वो नया छंद बनेगा। और देखिए जब हम राग गाते हैं हम मात्र स्वर नहीं गा रहे हैं, उस राग का वो स्वर है। Actually, this girl is indefinable. Now, if you want to define this on the harmonium or a piano, you can't do it. चलायमान है, कौन से श्रुति स्थान पे टकरा के वो गंधा रहा है, and that makes it malha. If I do re pa ma pa ga ma re sa ni sa, दिन भर करेंगे तो मल्हार नहीं होगा, मल्हार का स्वर होगा, मल्हार नहीं होगा। लेकिन ये मेरा 40 साल का अनुभव बोल रहा है, तो मात्र मैं गा नहीं रहा हूँ। आज भी मुझे शोध करना पड़ता है। देखिए शोध का अर्थ मात्र किताब पढ़ना नहीं, ये भी शोध है। हर क्षण हम लोग का शोध है। बहाउद्दीन डागर जब वीणा छेड़ते हैं तार, हम लोग घंटों तार को छेड़ते हैं, गला को छेड़ते हैं समझने के लिए कि ये क्या है, कहाँ से टकरा के स्वर कहाँ जाना चाहिए। ये गुरु से प्रसाद हम लोग को प्राप्त हुआ है। मैं सिर्फ 2-3 नमूना आप लोग को बता रहा हूँ। अब यही गंधार देखिए क्या होता है। ये अनुरणन है, मैं जो अनुरणन की बात कर रहा हूँ ये अनुरणन है। ये ध्वनि है, काव्य में वो ध्वनि है, संगीत में ये अनुरणन है। देखिए वही कोमल गंगा धने सारे थोड़ा सा ऋषभ से ले से चढ़ा हुआ है। ठाकुर साहब कहते थे कि राग दरबारी इज द स्पिरिट ऑफ इंडियन हेरिटेज। इफ वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड इंडियन हेरिटेज, द संस्कृति, we'll have to understand the Darbari God. I'm sharing this with you today. Used to always say, इसमें सब कुछ है। भारतीय दर्शन, भारतीय कला की जो गहराई है वो इस गंधार में, and it's true. उसी टकरा के वो दैवत आना चाहिए। अगर मैं सीधे सीधे गाऊं रे रे ऐसे भी गाने वाले हैं, एसेंस कहाँ है, वो अनुरणन कहाँ है? तो ये हमें ध्रुपद परंपरा से प्राप्त हुआ है। ये जो प्रिसिशन है, एक्यूरेसी है, और साथ साथ वो अनुरणन, इसको आप राग काकू भी कह सकते हैं। हमारे शानदेव ने इसको काकू कहा है, षट काकू कहा है। काकू इज इन्फ्लेक्शन, हाउ यू आर इन्फ्लेक्टिंग द टोन। दिस इज काफी। गंधार कितना अलग है। रे गा मा प ग नी ध नि प द मा प ग। इसी को अगर ज्यादा आंदोलित करेंगे रे देशी हो जाएगा। ज्यादा चढ़ा दें इसको, मल्हार है, मियाँ की मल्हार है। ये अनुरणन है। अब रस उस स्वर में निहित है, वो मात्र गंधार नहीं है, वो स्वर काकू है। और स्वर काकू में वो अनुरणन होना आवश्यक है, तब जाके वो मल्हार बोलेगा, नहीं तो नहीं बोलेगा। और ये सीधी सी बात है, मतलब म्यूजिक इज सो, आई वुड से, एकदम सामने खड़ा हो जाता है अगर लग जाए, लगना चाहिए उस तरह। तो शब्द काल वाक से स्वर ताल पद, स्वर ताल पद से ध्वनि छंद अर्थ, जिसको हम रस कहते हैं। सो रस इज द ब्यूटी मैट्रिक्स comprising of ध्वनि छंद अर्थ। So this is the objective constituent of music. We have the objective determinant, followed by the objective component, and finally suggesting the objective constituent or the rasa in shabd ध्वनि छंद अर्थ। अब देखिए, we have just touched only the objective side of music, there is a subjective aspect that has remained untouched. Because when you are talking of a value system, when you are talking of Kala Darshan, when we are talking of Sangeet Darshan, we have to understand the subjectivity also, this underlying subject. So, what is the subjective determinant? I used to always question myself. Then finally I got the answer with Benji again and with my father. It was a long search. So, who is the subject? Subject is Atma, Brahman or Atma, the self. That is the determinant. Now, in any art or any performing art, the subject operates in three levels: Karta, Jnata, Bhokta. जो बनाने वाला, करने वाला, one who makes the music, one who enjoys the music, the Bhokta, and Jnata, one who knows the music. Jnata again is on two levels, the critic and the musicologist. You see, they're on two different levels. So we can say the subject 1, the subject 2, and the subject 3. Subject 1 is the performer, subject 2 is the rasika, and subject 3 in two levels, the critic and the philosopher bhi ho sakte hain, musicologist bhi ho sakte hain. It's very big. I'm just trying to give, I said this is a logical phenomenological mapping. I'm trying to map it. एक phenomenological mapping है. You understand what is phenomenology? I'm using certain Western terms. Again, the West is very good in meta-theorizing. We get a lot of meta-theories, and the Indian system really gives the core model theories. If we have to really search the model theories, we have to go into Sangeet Shastra. And if we really want to make it, just fragmentalize it, go into the meta theories. We have many nice meta theories in the Western system. And we still talk about the meta theories. Of course there are model theories, but supported by the meta theories, I would say. तो कर्ता, ज्ञाता, भोक्ता सब्जेक्टिव डिटर्मिनेंट हो गए। अब देखिए नेक्स्ट लेवल पे आइए, सब्जेक्टिव कंपोनेंट। स्वर, ताल, पद और राग का सब्जेक्टिव कंपोनेंट क्या है? इट इज वेरी क्लियरली स्टेटेड बाय दत्तिला, अवधान। उन्होंने एक बहुत अच्छा शब्द प्रयोग किया, अवधान। सिर्फ स्वर, ताल, पद से हम समझ नहीं सकते संगीत को, अवधान पूर्वक हम उसको अगर नहीं करेंगे तो दैट इज द सब्जेक्टिव कंपोनेंट। इट्स नॉट साइकोलॉजिकल अटेंशन। अभिनव गुप्ता इज वेरी क्लियर इन दिस। ही सेज अवधानम योग रूपम। इट इज योग रूपम, सो ब्यूटीफुली स्टेटेड। एंड a very nice terminology I got from Virgil Eldridge in his book Philosophy of Art. He says prehension. It's a new terminology, prehension, and he calls prehension aesthetic attention. And I feel avadhana is prehension. He meant by prehension what Dattila meant by avadhana. And I have stated that in my book Philosophy of Music. In great details I have explained what is avadhana. And Kapilaji was very, very thankful to me for highlighting this aspect of avadhana in my book. And she congratulated me, in fact, when the book was published, especially. She found it she was very happy with what I stated. So this avadhan actually is so important. मान लीजिए मैं गा रहा हूँ, मेरा ध्यान गंधार पे है, थोड़ा सा अगर इससे हट जाए मेरा ध्यान, रे स्वर वही है, राग बदल जाएगा, ये देशकाल हो जाएगा। मेरा ध्यान हट गया गंधार से पंचम की ओर, राग भूपाली से देशकाल हो गए। ये अवधान की कमी है। तो हमें कोई राग गाने के लिए कितना ध्यान देना पड़ेगा कि वही गंधार लगे, वही स्वर के बलाबल भेद को हम ध्यान रखें, कहाँ बल है कहाँ अबल है, ये ध्यान रखें। This is so important. So this proves that in any artwork, it's not I'm taking the music as a model, but in understanding any art, whether it's drama, whether it's performing arts, whether it's visual arts, when you're making a nice sculpture, you have to have this avadhana. When you're painting, you need the avadhana. It's both visual and oral. So avadhan is, I take it as a concept. Of course, I get it from music, but it is a concept of aesthetic attention that applies to any artwork. So it is a kala darshan for me. Swara is a kala darshan. Kaku is a kala darshan. Chanda is a kala darshan for me. When I am seeing a beautiful sculpture, there is, even though it is frozen, there is a chanda. There is an inner movement. So we have to appreciate this inner movement in even visual arts. And I think then we can appreciate any artwork. When I see a very good dance, I see music. I see music. Please mind my term. So I see music. And when I see a very good work of art, visual, I hear space. So you can see the sound and you can hear the space. I think that can be the ultimate in appreciating, in understanding Indian art, Indian philosophy, Indian music, musicology, and whatever we want to delve into. I think I can go on, but I'll give a full stop now. And thank you for the patient hearing. Maybe if there are, I would invite questions. Yes, Pachatam, yes. देखिए, शुरू में मैंने जो कहा था, जो डागर परंपरा में दिगंबर स्वर, actually that proves the autonomy. So when I am pronouncing the swara speaks in itself. Swayam rajate iti swara, it shines in itself. That proves this. उसकी जो स्वायत्तता है, वो अपने आप दिख जाता है. You don't need something else to prove it. ये प्योर ऑटोनॉमी है स्वर का. लेकिन जहां मैंने कुछ और डाल दिया, ब्रज ब्रज होली खेलत ब्रज, अब क्या हुआ? इट्स नॉट फुली ऑटोनॉमस. आई हैव अ पोएट्री. स्वर वही है. So if you transcend that poetry, you get the autonomy of Swar. अब देखिए, मैं श्रुति भी बता रहा हूँ. श्रुति गा नहीं रहे, जहां हमने गाया वो स्वर हो गया. Here Benji used to say Shruti is a concept. वो आघात स्थान है, जहाँ स्वर का आघात हो रहा है, जहाँ अनुरणन हो रहा है, वो स्वर है. So Swara is the percept, Shruti is the concept. Shrutyantar bhavi, snigdha anuranatmak dhvani. तो वो ध्वनि है जो अनुरणनात्मक हो, वो स्वर है. That proves the autonomy of swara. आघात के बाद श्रुति स्थान पे तो मैंने आघात किया. अब यहाँ स्वर चलायमान है, बहुत कुछ हो रहा है इसमें. सुनाई दे रहे हैं? आई एम नॉट सिंगिंग. एक स्वर के कई भेद है उसमें. तो you have to look into the complete embodiment. ये एक process है. It is not a product. अब ना अब जाके बिहार होगा. अब मैं अगर गाता हूँ ला ला रे रे ये this is only a product. मैं बिखर गया हूँ, तो कभी बिहार नहीं होगा. बिहार का आभास होगा दिगंबर स्वर के नाते. लेकिन ये जो आया, मैं किस तरह से आया? अब ये नाद है. देखिए मेरे गुरुजी कहते स्वर गाया नहीं जाता. जहां आपने स्वर गाया वो नाद है, वो फिर स्वर नहीं है. तो the embodiment is finally in the nada, which is the beginning and which is also the end. और वो दर्शन ध्रुपद में भी है. शिव आदि मद अंत. शिव आदि भी है, मद भी है, अंत भी है. सब कुछ उत्तर वही मिल जाता है. शिव आदि मदन, जोगादि जोगी शिव. वो भाषा में समझाया, काव्य में समझाया. लेकिन let us try to understand the कला दर्शन behind. वो अनुरणन से हो रहा है, उस नाद से हो रहा है, उस ध्वनि से हो रहा है, वो व्यंजनात्मक ध्वनि से. उसमें व्यंजना भी है. ब्रजराज. अब मैं ब्रजराज ब्रजराज, तब ये मैं घंटों जो है सिर्फ ब्रजराज को तरह से समझा सकता हूँ. ये व्यंजना है उस शब्द का, लेकिन वो नाद से ही घटित हो रहा है. उसकी घटना तो नाद में ही है. तो ये कला विद्या है. ये कला विद्या भी है, कला की विद्या भी है, और विद्या और कला भी है, जैसा भी हम कहें. अब ये दार्शनिक विवेचन की बात है. कला और विद्या, कला की विद्या. विद्या में जो कला है, जो संस्कार है. जी Yes, here I think I got the answer also from Sangeet Shastra. Okay, you can really get the answer in Gandharv and Gan. If you delve into the system of Gandharv and Gan, Gan has to abide to the structure of the poetry. You cannot go out of that. You cannot take much freedom. देखिए मैं ध्रुवा का उदाहरण दे रहा हूँ, ध्रुवा गान का। त्रिपाठी जी जरूर सुन चुके होंगे। अब देखिए अगर उसको मैं गांधर्व करके गाऊं, गांधर्व के विवेचन से गाऊं, गान के विवेचन से किस तरह गाऊंगा, तो आपको उत्तर स्पष्ट हो जाएगा। जलधर वितान पिहितांग रवि किरण चाल हत शोभ ग्रह मुख निर्गत विवरण आशु विशति मस्त गिरिबिंदु। देखिए पोएट्री का मैंने पूरा ख्याल रखा, लघु गुरु का जो भी हिसाब है। लेकिन मान लीजिए मुझे छूट दे दिया जाए कि आप ध्रुपद गायक है, आप इसको कैसे विस्तार करिएगा, उसमें भी एक कला है, ये छूट है। आई एम ट्रांसेंडिंग pada for some time, but keeping the value of pada and the classicism and the rasa. मैं घंटों कर सकता हूँ उसको। गान में अलाउड नहीं है, गान में आपको वो सिचुएशन है, नाट्य में आपको उसी तरह उस रस के अनुकूल आपको गाना पड़ेगा। जलधर वितान पिहितांग, देश में ही चल रहा है, राग देश में। ये मैंने बहन जी के साथ भी गाया हूँ, इसीलिए मैं इसको शेयर कर रहा हूँ। अब यही चीज अगर मैं ध्रुपद करके गाऊं, ध्रुव पद, जो कि गांधर्व के नियमानुसार हम लघु गुरु को एक्सटेंड कर सकते हैं अपने राग को दिखाने के लिए, क्योंकि वहाँ राग और जो जाति है उसको प्रमुख है, उनको जाति को उभर के लाना है, वहाँ छूट है। इज इट क्लियर? अब ये यही शास्त्रीय हो जाता है और सिर्फ गीत नहीं रह जाते हैं या गान नहीं रह जाते। गान जो है वो गांधर्व हो जाता है सीधे तरह से, जो देशी है वो मार्ग हो जाता है। अब देखिए देशी भी, कभी मुकुंद जी से बात हो रही थी, बृहद देशी जब सेमिनार हुआ आप भी थे उसमें, कि बृहद मार्ग ही कहना चाहिए, क्योंकि देशी जो है वो देशी का ये नहीं कि हम उसको तोड़ मोड़ के कुछ भी कर दें। तो एक तरह से इट इज एन एक्सटेंडेड मार्ग, मार्ग डाइवर्सिफाइड फॉर वेरिएशंस, फॉर मोर वैरायटी। सो मार्ग डाइवर्सिफाइड मार्ग धीरे धीरे वो देशी पे आ जाता है। सो देशी इज ए काइंड ऑफ डाइवर्सिफाइड मार्ग, आई फील। सो इसीलिए जो लोक है, लोक का अर्थ ये नहीं कि हम लोक संगीत कर रहे हैं, लोक का अर्थ डाइवर्सिफाइड, म्यूजिक इज डाइवर्सिफाइड, वो अभी भी क्लासिकली है। तो जितने देशी राग का फिर वर्णन नहीं होता। इट्स अ डाइवर्सिफाइड मार्ग फॉर सेकुलर पर्पसेस, नॉट फॉर पारमार्थिक। गांधर्व पारमार्थी के लिए, अदृष्ट के लिए, भरत मुनि ने बहुत स्पष्ट कहा है, अदृष्ट के लिए है। तो दृष्ट के लिए जब हो गया तो वो गान हो गया। फिर आगे, लेकिन वो भी इतने एक सॉलिड कोडिफाइड सिस्टम है, प्रबंध आ गया। गान के भी अनिबद्ध निबद्ध, अनिबद्ध में आलप्ति आ गए, एंटायर सिस्टम ऑफ आलाप के भी अनिबद्ध है, एंड निबद्ध में जितने प्रबंध के प्रकार है। फिर आगे चलकर ध्रुपद हुआ, फिर बहुत कुछ हुआ। So it is a kind of marga, diversification of the marga. तो इसीलिए बृहद मार्ग ही है वो। I don't know, I think Tripathi ji would share the same. Is that clear? ये प्रयोग में भी समझ में आ जाता है। तो जितने भी रविंद्र संगीत देखे, नजरूल गीत है, या आपने टी.एल. रॉय की बात की, तो वो एक तरह से गान है, जो सिंपल गान है। वहाँ उसका प्रयोजन अलग है, प्रयोजन ही अलग है, वो दृष्ट फल के लिए है। लेकिन जहाँ अदृष्ट के लिए मैं किया तो मैं तो एकदम डूब जाऊंगा स्वर ताल पद में। जब तक नहीं मैं डूबूंगा तो वो मार्ग नहीं कहलाएगा। यही फर्क हो जाता है। तो ये कलाकार के मिजाज पर है, क्योंकि उनकी सृष्टि वो क्या चाहते हैं, क्या करना चाहते हैं। वो अनिबद्ध रूप में भी हो सकता है। अलप्ति देखिए पूरे yes. And also with अनिबद्ध people have the कि अनिबद्ध सिर्फ अताल होता है, सताल भी अनिबद्ध होता है। So improvisation is a very big canvas. तो ताल में भी हम जो लयकारी करते हैं, लय का जो इंटरप्ले होता है, all the interplays अनिबद्ध सताल। अच्छा, निबद्ध ताल भी हो सकता है। हम सिर्फ छंद में बांधते हैं, उसमें ताल का कोई प्रयोजन ना हो, तो निबद्ध ताल भी हो सकता है। छंद सिर्फ छंद है उसमें। मान लीजिए कुछ देर तक मृदंग न बजे, जलधर छंद तो है, चतुर्मात्रिक है, 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 जलधर छंद तो चल रहा है और ये निबद्ध है लेकिन अताल है। अगर मृदंग बजे तो सताल हो जाएगा, अगर ना बजे मान लीजिए तो हमारे मन में तो छंद तो है ही है। तो ये क्या प्रयोजन है इस पर निर्भर होता है, हम क्या चाहते हैं इसको।
नमस्ते सर।
नमस्ते।
मुझे कोई सवाल नहीं है, पर खुशी होगी अगर हम कुछ सुने और आपसे ज्यादा।
ऐसा है कि मैं बहुत कष्ट के साथ गा रहा हूँ। I had a bad sore throat for the last few days and I am myself not happy with myself. And what would you like to hear with my limited voice range now?
Anything that doesn't give you much pain.
Okay. अब हमारी परंपरा में या तो थोड़ा आलाप सुना दें, और क्योंकि बंदिश गाने में स्ट्रेन हो जाएगी, थकान हो जाएगी। पीछे चले जाए झंडो जय 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 हरे जय 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 दिले भर भुज जम्बो गति चारी नारायण अक्षर को मैं छंदोबद्ध किया। ये राग बोलता नहीं, मैंने मेरे उस्ताद जी उस्ताद ज़ियाउद्दीन टागर साहब से सीखने का अवसर प्राप्त हुआ। वही बंदिश है।
I would like to ask you one question. What you have demonstrated is a kind of formal way of approaching music. You have given the objective counterparts, subjective counterparts, the way you have proceeded. In today's time, what happens is that, generally there is a culture of recorded music. People are encountering music from different spaces across the world, which was not the case might be before the recording industry started.
Yes, I'm aware of that. Yes.
So I was thinking whether using these concepts, one can make formal descriptions of other music, which is not part of the space.
I think to some extent, yes, you will find what I just gave a framework. It could be it is a logical framework, but you will find any music of the world will give you some of the dimensions. Maybe it's the question of predominance. What is predominating? So प्रधानता से भी एक शैली डिटरमिन हो जाती है। तो कहाँ क्या प्रधान है। जब हम ध्रुपद गाते हैं तो वो आलाप स्वर प्रधान है, फिर जब लयकारी में आते हैं फिर वो बंदिश प्रधान हो। So you see, even within a system, you know, you can shift in so many ways. Leave aside all this commercial music or whatever is today marketable or non-marketable, whatever form. But I think this is a framework for a general understanding. Doing music for something else. So all these factors come in, and all these factors give you the philosophy also. They are not away from the philosophy of life. The whole business world has its own philosophy of managing things. I think how can you avoid that? That is the existential truth. We can't avoid that. It is part of this phenomenal world. But there are the other aspects also, where we do music for the sake of music. We do art for the sake of art. Can we also avoid that? You can't avoid that. That is also equally important in life. I would just love to sing all my life Allah. I think I'll get the answer. I'll get the Brahman. I don't need anything, but I need the time for that. The world won't allow us to do that. I have to work for earning money. I have to fall in that trap. And we are all entrapped in some way. Are we not? We are all entrapped. And we are a victim of that also to some extent. But if we can keep aside that part and feel the pure beauty, the joy underlying, little bit of time that you can give. For example, everyone wants to ask Sangeet kya ho gaya? Just I'm coming to blatant truth. Today's classical music is speed. आप जितना speed दिखाओगे उतना आप बहुत अच्छे कलाकार हो. But this is not the truth. My Guruji will thrash me if I say that. He said this is not music. So that's also the truth. We can't deny that. That is also part of this existential realm. Did that make it clear?
Ritvik ji, I just want to ask comparatively a very simple question. What we are calling as Adrishtaphal and Drishtaphal, what actually it is, in a sense, that when you sing Gaman or Deshi music, as I understand it, then you are actually expressing something that is known. So that is, I would say,
Also,
is a drishta.
there is an element of adrishta, but how much is adrishta and how much is drishta?
That will always be there.
That will always be there. Even in a complete adrishta phala, there is an element of drishta also.
Yes.
Because there could be a cross-section of the audience just enjoying the drishta part of that,
Yes.
the whole drama of that.
Yes.
But the person who is enjoying, there could be a cross-section just enjoying the ultimate sound.
And the Adrishtaphal, as its core, does not have expression in it of the known, but actually is a pure touch. And In fact, you are delving into, you are entering into what I would call completely uncertain zone. In fact, the form of truth in these two different kalas, in these two, is completely different.
No, I think it is how you approach, as I said initially, whether you are moving from the predictable to the unpredictable, that's it. Or it could be the other way. In Drupad, I start with the unpredictable and then go into the bandish, which is, I always say, the raga capsule. It is well formulated. I am proceeding from the most unplanned to the most planned, the bandish. So it is your journey, how you look at it. It could be the other way also. I start with something very, very guarded and structured, and gradually, extend it to the unpredictable also. This is also possible. For example, in the Khyal tradition, it is the journey from the predictable to the unpredictable. You start with the bandish, ताल शुरू होता है, बंदिश आप गाते हैं, फिर आप उसका विस्तार करते हैं. ध्रुपद में ठीक, ध्रुपद में दोनों है. You start from the unpredictable to the predictable, again you go to the unpredictable, satal. It's really a three-tiered process. And so that makes it gives a wider dimension to the musical framework in another way, for the musicians. So it is how you look at it. I think Adrishta Drishta again is for our understanding and how you look at it. But if you see the structure of Gandharva, it was well formulated, strictly guarded. Because you cannot go out of that as far as the system is concerned. But then you have the freedom to explore. But that is the Anibadha part.
Actually, once Mukund Lord was telling, was addressing, he gave a lecture, he said, you see, there are two words that he used, form and the norm. So what happens is that what one learns from one's guru in our tradition is that you can learn norms. So you are learning actually the norm. But this form, particularly in Drupad, as I see it, is through these norms you are actually searching for a form, or you are trying to create a form, which will be your creation.
No, I would just go the other way. What my guru actually, when he started teaching me, I think it was neither norm nor form. He actually formulated the essence of sound. Because you see, if you talk of, in the institutions today we have gone too formal. स्वर सिखाते सीधे सीधे, फिर उसको कैसे मिल लिया जाता है. But you see, when you are studying with a guru and a sensitive guru, you don't, you are actually not neither learning nor neither learning form. You are learning the music. मेरे गुरु जी यही जो मुल्तानी में अभी गाया, when I was maybe 12 years old, he taught me the dagger. And it was, if I even think today, it is very complicated. If I won't be able to teach that to my big classroom, I'll have to be very alert. But when I studied with Ustadji, it was a natural process. Something very, very unique. I think it is a very unique chemistry. The Guru and Shishya is, I feel, it doesn't go with any norms, I feel. It is a unique chemistry, and even you don't know when you have learned. I know also Bahauddin Ji, how he grew, I know. It is a unique chemistry with his father. It doesn't go neither the formal way nor the norm way, I feel. अभी आज क्लासरूम में करने जाएंगे तो सब स्वर गलत गाएगा. रे ना नो, ये हो जाएगा. दिस इज फॉर्म. लेकिन देखा जाए फॉर्म भी नहीं है, क्योंकि फॉर्म हैज टू बी गुड. रे नो, वो दिगंबर स्वर सही लगना चाहिए. रे ना नो, ये अगर न लगे तो आपको मुल्तानी होगा ही नहीं. रे ना नो, आप देखिए सुनिए, नीरस लगेगा आपको. So I feel it's neither norm nor form. It is a unique chemistry that makes it music. Of course, there is, you have to study it very strictly, and I had to repeat it maybe several thousand times before I could learn it. I had to do it 1,000 times. Interval? Okay. 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 कौन सी? हाँ, थोड़ी सी. हाँ. ये छोटे उस्ताद जी की विजन है, तो दोनों देख अच्छा लगता है. रीना ये अच्छा रहा. और छोटे उस्ताद करते थे, वी आर शेयरिंग आवर घराना. रीना ये छोटा उस्ताद का, बड़े उस्ताद का रीना. जी. But I think this is another aspect which is so nice. ये सुरभेद के लिए अच्छा है. This is सुरभेद. इसको हम लोग सुरभेद कहते हैं. एक ही सुर के जो अलग अलग डायमेंशन है, वो श्रुति नहीं गाए जाते, सुरभेद गाए जाते हैं. So 40 years.
Rajesh, do you have the schedule? What is next?
Hello, Jody.
Oh,
How are you doing?
Me? I am trying to connect to net.
Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is not good. Very slow.
what again?
It is laptop.
It's okay.
No, it's not my laptop. It's Patik's
सही बात है एकदम ठीक Rajesh, how is it that I don't see you?
How is it that you don't see me?
Yes, I don't see why.
Why do you say that? Only the river like that.
You have to explain, not tell. You have to explain.
I don't understand what you're saying for me to reply to that.
You have to, when you face an interview and you are asked a question, never say I don't know the answer. You just do the opposite. Oh, you mean this? This is the answer. You made the question yourself and impose it on me.
Okay.
That is the way. You know, never say I don't have the answer.
We will pick one of the invitations.
Yes, that is up to me. At the end of the day, then it is you. You say no, it is not the I.
Oh, you were busy, sir. That's why you don't see me.
So you got Tala?
This
Tala
is Talaka. This is Talaka.
Or also called Tal.
Talaka.
Taluka.
No, Talaka. This is called Talaka. Pang.
One Tal.
One Tal.
This measurement is one Tal. In painting, we measure one hand length is one Tal. Using photo, there is Tal.
Oh, this is measurement.
One chap is one Tal.
One. Oh, Yeti. What about Yeti? You know Yeti? Yeti means when you are saying how?
Yadi.
Yeti. Why
Yadi
Yeti?
is kind of if.
Yeti. No. This also if is in a
If
sentence.
or when.
When you are reading some sentence, when you are going to what time are you going to like in this we stop a little. This is called Yeti. It's like a tongue. How are you?
Okay.
And then how
I haven't heard Yadi.
I think Yeti and this tongue and then the rule of law, no? This is the rule of law. This is the rule. In the rule is re na re na is only rasa or
The who is short.
tika rasa.
Oh my god.
Rasa is short. Voice also maybe no one stopped it. Big voice. You know, go. Like is a very big one. Go. But in our language, we never use this small ga and big ga the same. But in Indian,